In this video, I'm going to show you how you can change the color and material of the parts of your design in Fusion 360. So first of all, before we start, we need to make sure that we've got our object in the correct orientation. What that means is that we're looking at the correct view, and that the cube up in the corner up here, it relates correctly to our object. So I'm going to use this cube to rotate round so that I can look at the top of my part. Now if I click on the cube here, it says back up here, but I'm actually looking at the top of my model. So what I want to do is change this cube up here so that that says top. So what we do is we secondary click or right click on the cube and go down here to set current view as and select top. Now as we rotate the cube round, you'll see that the ground plane is actually underneath where we want it to be. The next thing I want to do is make sure that when we click on the home or this little house icon, we get a useful view. Now when I clicked on it there, that is not a very useful view, so I'm going to click on the cube, rotate it around by using the arrows here, and then if I click on that corner there, that's quite a useful view. In fact, I think I might take, it doesn't matter actually, that one or that one. You can choose, and then right click on the cube, and we're going to set that current view as home, and we're going to fit it to the view on your screen. So now whenever we rotate around, oops, using shift and the wheel or two fingers together on your trackpad, we end up a view we're not quite sure about. We can always just click on this house and it'll bring us back to that home view. Okay, now in the background on the grid, wherever you are, as long as you're not on an object in your model, we're going to secondary click or right click, and then we're going to click on this appearance option here. Now you'll get this dialog box. Yours is probably expanded already. I'm just going to expand mine. And here in this design, the default for everything is steel. It might not look like steel to you, but the computer considers it steel. So if you look in this menu, there's a whole load of different materials down here that you can pick from. You can make yours whatever you want at this stage if you like. I'm just going to go and expand plastic here, and underneath plastic I'm going to take opaque and I'm going to scroll down. I want to have some black glossy, so I'm just going to drag it up here into my window here, and I think I'm going to also take yellow. So I've got two different colors there, and I'm now going to put them into my design. So what I can do is a couple of different ways. I can drag it in and drop it on a part. See, that's changed the color of it there. Or if you want to select multiple, you can click on one part, click on the next part, holding shift, and then click on the color. So that's not worked. Okay, maybe you can't do that. Just drag it in to each part individually. So I'm going to take those two to be yellow. I'll have that bit to be black. And we forgot about the base, so I think I'll make that yellow as well. And if I just minimize that appearance, in fact we might want to just close it. How do I close it? I have to drag it up just to close it at the very bottom. It's a bit tricky on the screen. And then I can click on home, and we've changed the material and color of our design. Now that's quite simple, and it does look a bit better, but there's a lot more we can do in Fusion 360. So next we're going to go over here to this model area here, and I'm going to click on the little drop down menu. If you scroll down, there's many different things we can do. We'll do a bit of animation later with this, but right now I'm going to click on render. So in this new work environment rather, you'll see we've got different toolbars up the top, different options here. I just want to show you what happens if I just click on this first in canvas render. Oops. It will begin to render this. Now This is going to take quite a long time because I'm recording this video at the same time, so it's using quite a lot of the CPU. But if you let that run for a little bit of time, you will see that you get a very good quality image. Obviously, the more time you let it go, the better image you will get. So I'm just going to go ahead back up here and click on that circle with the square and to stop that. But you can do that at any time and get a nice rendered image. But what I want to do is have a look at some of these settings here. Now in the settings, you can change the background color if you like. So this is the default color. I might change it, have a bit of a lighter shade. So that's a bit too light. You could go crazy and have it something like that, but yeah, maybe not. Anyway, you can play about with this, pick something, and close that down. You can change the camera focus, which can make it a little bit more interesting. The exposure, if you want, or make it blurry if you like, but I'm just going to restore these defaults and change the color back to be a little bit boring. And if you really wanted to, you could put it inside one of these environments just by clicking on. This is something that you can have a little play about with. You can always restore these back to defaults, the settings. So I'm going to get a view that I quite like. If I right click up here, I could change it to fully perspective, and then you can do an in-canvas render, or what you can do is you can click on this teapot here and you can use the cloud rendering services. So what I'm going to do is just click render, and that will take 20 minutes. But the thing about this is that this will work in the background on the cloud, and it will appear down here when it's finished. So you can just leave that, and if you want to see what it's going to look like, just click on the in-canvas rendering. The one that will come down here from the cloud will be much higher quality, but you can let this run. Obviously it's going to take quite a long time here. As I said, I'm recording this video, so it's slowing everything down. But if I let that go all the way along to final, we'll have a very good quality image. What you should do then is save that image. So just up here, obviously on that save icon, if I click there, you can save it here, click OK, and then you can select where you want it to save. That's actually just going to save it in my my folder, which is good. I can always access it from there. But you can, instead of saving it into your folder, you can save it onto your computer by selecting that box. You might want to just actually check where it's going to be saved. Desktop, why not? And then just on desktop, open. So that's going to go into my desktop, and then I can click save. Now obviously, because I've not given it enough time to finish the render, where it is on my desktop will not actually be that good quality. You should allow yours time to make it a high quality image. Once you've got a good quality image, you can put that into your electronic portfolio in Google Classrooms. Okay, or whatever method we're using when you watch this video of storing your portfolio. Okay, that's how to render. When you have finished your rendering, I'm just going to turn off that because I just want to remind you, you should always save your work. It's not letting me save though. Oh, save as tutorial 9. Save. Okay. That's using Render. Have fun, play about with it, and we expect to see some high quality images.